Hello and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and I have brought back Hannah for another episode. If you remember, she did the previous one on Spectre Spelunker Shrinks, which is still difficult to say to this day. So welcome back, Hannah.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we are going to look at They Bleed Pixels today, a very interesting, macabre, sort of dark action combat platformer, and it's not really something I've seen before, at least to this level. I have absolutely no prior experience with this game in particular, so I think Hannah's going to take the lead on this one and sort of talk me through it.
So yeah, basically this is a platformer beat 'em up with a young girl protagonist. I think it's actually pretty interesting. It's really fun to play, and it's really hard.
Really hard. Well, you know how much I like the difficult games. I'm already loving the art style just from the title screen, and the music, I mean, obviously I have it turned quite a ways down, but it's very cool, very atmospheric. And I love the multiple art styles going on the right side there, where we've got her in like all these different motifs.
Yes,
ranging from
actually,
like the Kill Bill style to the sort of chibi look.
yeah. Well, actually, it's really cool because as you play through the game, you unlock keys to basically unlock art.
Beautiful.
So if you go to the art gallery, it actually shows like all these locked pictures. So as you get more badges, actually, yeah, it's badges. As you get more badges, you get more keys. So you can unlock more art and just basically show, like, look at what some people have done for the game.
That is awesome.
Like,
I
that's
love
all
when there's
fan
unlockable stuff like that. Always makes you want to play it more.
Well, even the badges too. It's like, because it's not just getting like rank A on everything, but like even doing certain moves or doing certain things in a certain way.
So, okay, so we're in a tutorial mode. I'm going to stand still and hold X. That's going to kick the enemies, which, what are they actually? Some sort of macabre horrors?
I do believe the game describes these guys as like just generic baddies. I do know that they have actual names, but I'm not overly sure what they are offhand.
I was just curious if there was any like further reference to this beyond just that they look sort of like Lovecraftian type of deals.
I do believe the whole thing is actually really supposed to reference and take a huge, I guess, trying to think of the word, like a tribute to Lovecraft.
Well, I'm totally down with that.
And even after too, like it shows you all this, so you kind of think like, oh, my character's always like this. But there's actually a cute little story that goes on. I guess I shouldn't say cute.
Yeah, I was gonna say cute.
It is kind of cute at the same time because it's you'll see. I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Well, of course I enjoy the paradoxical element of having like this cute little girl with like bloody hook hands. And there's just blood everywhere. Hang on, I wasn't really looking at this. What was I supposed to do? I needed to hit him.
You're supposed to duck.
Oh, duck. I can duck.
Because it just shows, since there's no actual block,
okay,
you duck to avoid most enemies.
Attack while ducking to hit low, duck while running to slide. Okay.
Slide is cool.
Oh, that's the sigil meter. I was going to ask what that does, but I guess I should probably just watch.
Basically, it shows how to get a checkpoint. So instead of like the game setting up checkpoints at certain spots, you get to actually set up your own checkpoint.
Cool.
However, like it says, you can't actually make it on moving or slippery surfaces. And if there's saws or enemies near, you can't do it. So you can only do it in safe spots.
If you exit a level midway, your progress up to the last checkpoint will be saved. And since you can make your own checkpoint, so it's kind of like a quick save in a way.
Yes. Which is actually really cool.
Oh, and you can also move the camera controls around, which is a nice thing. Now, this is supported natively with a 360 controller. If you've watched any of my videos by now, you'll probably know that I love when that happens. So I'm very happy to know that, and the default attack button was B. I much prefer it to be on X, so I changed that already.
I personally don't mind the B, actually.
So that was tutorial. I think I'll get by for now.
You can actually just come down to the prologue.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on. If I find that I don't know what I'm doing, I'll come back.
Well, actually, the nice thing is you can actually go start menu and instructions, and it'll actually show you very quick instructions on how to do things.
Ah, cool. Is this the cute story you were talking about?
This is the cute story that I'm talking about.
I see what you mean, actually. The art style lends itself to being construed as cute, but it's definitely a bit dark.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of, it just shows like the curiosity of a young girl and just why we all get into so much trouble sometimes.
She reminds me of like Wednesday Addams or something.
And then she turns into this like demonic form that just, you know, girls just want to have fun. And
She had the cat face too when she was turning into a demon.
Cause yeah, I love seeing that. But I just love those claws, cause like as soon as they get you to like climb up walls, it's awesome.
Alright, hold jump.
So this, yeah, basically it's prologue, so it kind of shows you a little bit more on how to do things. No, you have to hold side.
Yeah. I just saw the attack, and I was like, okay, I can do that.
So I made that same mistake. Because it was like, why am I not attacking? Why am I only kicking?
I want to hit him
just,
up
if you just
into
hold
the spikes.
attack. Yeah, just hold attack and you'll kick him up.
Okay, so it's actually tutorializing through this again.
Yes, it's just so that you get a better hand on how to do things. And I do want to mention that it is awesome that you can actually slow your descent down the wall.
I like that you can slide. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, I need to stand still and make a sigil.
Yes.
Very cool. So what I'm feeling already is a little bit like maybe we're sort of approaching Dust Force territory a little bit. Like there's a little bit of a mix between like time trial and platforming.
A little bit, although my experience with Dust Force is a little bit limited since I haven't been able to start my recording for that LP yet.
And that would be my fault. Because I actually was trying to do it with you. But oh well, we'll get to it eventually.
There's been a whole bunch of graphical issues on my side. Trying to get a new graphics card, so it's even been delaying actually my uploads lately, so which is not fun. But it's cool. Actually, can you do something for a sec just to show everybody artistically? If you slide down the wall, some of the graphics that they have.
Oh, yeah, the little particles showing up.
Yeah, and you can do it faster, and it kind of like shows up sparks.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I thought it was a really cool attention to detail, and even too when she jumps, you have that little air sort of wisp.
Yeah, I really like the art style. I mean, it's very classy. It's very fluidly animated, and it's minimal, but it's not too minimal. It's just enough.
Well, I'm always a huge fan of like amazing pixel art like this, and huge props to the artists doing this, because I can't imagine how much work they put into doing all of this with like just the amount of animations that they did just for her, and to keep this so, like you said, very fluid.
Yeah. I did not want to die.
They take about 8 hits.
Wow.
That's why I like kicking them. Kicking them is so much fun.
The other thing this reminds me of is All Sable quite a bit. I don't know if you watched the video I did on that one. It was very dark as well, but you know, this is maybe a bit lighter, but it does have that kind of crazy element to it.
It's definitely a lot lighter than that, but I do kind of see like how it can easily be a little bit similar as well.
The background's mostly
I think
they really
the one
hit the same
huge thing from All Sable would be the fact that you actually kind of know what you're doing in this.
Yeah, true.
And there's also a nice collective element too, where you can collect these pages, as you can see up there. I already know you've missed one.
Oh, I can't
but I don't want to ruin.
Well, I don't want to miss anything. It's back into the left, isn't it? Because I wasn't sure which way was progress and which way was side quest.
See, I don't want to ruin the exploratory element of the game, so I didn't want to say anything when you're going. So it's like, you'll figure it out after a while.
I actually didn't know there was an exploratory element. I figured that this was mostly linear, so I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah, and actually, I do believe they explain it after you beat the
I don't want to fight these guys.
Prologue. Is that you actually get more points for doing better, you know, better things there. Better combos in killing. And actually it is worth killing everyone.
Oh.
Because you get more points. Actually, they're called pints, I guess, like you can see in the top where your sigil counter is.
Fighting them is kind of boring, though. I'm not sure I like doing it.
Well, that's why you find out more combos.
Yeah, I guess they want you to do sort of like Legacy of Kain style, like environmental kills or something.
Yes, that's always the most fun. There's a really cool move that you can do, is you can fall on them. So if you like...
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. From a certain height, they'll actually just die.
I like how bloody everything is, actually. Oh, I want to hit him into that saw blade.
The cool thing, too, actually you're kind of trying to do a jug. It shows you in the tutorial later on, but basically if you kick them high and wait for them to come down, you can basically just juggle them.
So I went up there. There wasn't a page anywhere. I didn't see one anyway.
Oh, I thought there was a page up there, but it does give you more points with those little balls.
Okay.
And then trying to think what the other page.
Keep stuff through death.
Oh yeah, as long as you saved. Actually, everything to the save point is saved. So I think those little balls might not have been with you.
They were. I checked. I looked up there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I forgot I have the camera you can zoom around with.
Yeah.
The controls are also very fluid. I mean, I sort of said that before, but the actual just straight up platforming element of it feels really good.
There's only a few times I've had an issue with that.
I feel pretty comfortable controlling the character as far as mobility already, and that's pretty good because I was only just getting started now. And if you watch the video I just did on N+, you'll know I can have a really hard time with platformers when the controls are weird. And I'm not saying the controls of N, or not N+, just regular N. I'm not saying the controls are bad in that game, they're just maybe not my style. I'm more of a Meat Boy kind of guy.
Yeah, and they definitely, I mean, she's not as sticky as Meat Boy.
Yeah.
But it's definitely very handy that she controls very, very well.
Oh, let's see if I can do this. Yep. No. Oh, thought I could.
Yeah, you should have saved first.
I thought it did.
No, you didn't stop long enough.
I get to run through this again. I think the guy was approaching and I didn't want to stand there too long. So it should be mentioned that Hannah was actually amazingly nice and gifted this game to me, so huge thanks for her doing that.
You're very welcome.
Also, she is doing a Let's Play of this game on her channel, so you should definitely head on over and check that out, which is youtube.com/hshroom, that's HSHROOM.
Yeah, the only problem is all my videos are kind of on hold right now, just because of the graphical troubles I've been having.
Well, still, you got a couple episodes up.
Everything should start uploading either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Well, they don't have to worry because this video won't be up for a couple days, so this won't even be a factor.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like, I'm looking at the thing there, it's like, oh, it's the 5th today, and...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, by the time this video comes up, then it won't even matter, because my videos will be up again.
Yep. So just ignore everything we just said.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing I
know, I keep just, like, not getting what I'm supposed to be doing. It's the nature of trying to talk and play at the same time. I mean, when you're trying to learn new conventions, it can be a little frustrating, but it's not that this is hard or anything, I'm just distracted.
Well, not the prologue, but it does definitely get so much harder. And
I'm welcoming harder platforming challenges, to be honest, because so far these seem pretty easy.
Well, it is the prologue, like I said. But the difficulty does ramp up a huge amount.
Are there other enemies, or is it always just these guys?
For the most part, it's just these guys, but there are other enemies, such as Cthulhu monsters, those bomb guys.
Oh, right,
Cthulhu
I did
monsters
see the bomb.
are not very fun, because they charge at you. Also, there's little guys with these huge buster blades.
Oh, that's violent. I should have saved a while ago.
Like, charge at you, and they're actually really hard to kill, only because they block every time. So you either have to put them in the air and attack them, or kill them before they land. And there are also these ghost ladies that are actually kind of act exactly like Boo's from Mario.
Oh, nice.
So if you stare at them, they don't actually come at you.
I'm doing so bad now. I just said that I was doing well with the platforming too, and of course, make me eat my words.
Well, because you're trying to go back, right? And you think, oh, I've already gone through this, it's easy.
I'm rushing,
and then you realize you rush. So you have to end up starting to take it slow, because you're like, hey, I have to think about this a little bit better. And
well, it's tempting because the controls are so nice. I want to just rush because I feel like I'm totally capable of doing it, but I'm not an expert yet, so I'm like overstepping my boundaries.
And you know what? The game does give you this sort of overconfidence sometimes. Don't go up that side.
I want to, because that's the harder way.
Oh, because you notice there's a slippery stuff on the side, and you can't hook onto that.
Oh no, because I thought I did that the first time. Okay.
No, because you can see these blank walls.
Yeah.
that you're hopping on, and on the outside you can see that sort of blue.
Yeah.
Those basically, that means it's slippery. So you can slide on it if it's like
I bet I can
straight.
do it anyway, though.
Well, not really. You can just do your double.
That's what I
You
meant.
can just do your double tap.
Yeah.
But the easy way is to do it that way, yeah. The proper way.
I'm just looking for ways to make the game harder, which is something I really don't need to be doing. Crap! Oh! There's no surfaces here.
Nope. There are only spikes down below. I learned that in probably every one of my videos, that you do not look for stuff on the ground because there are only spikes.
This is the part where the viewers are gonna go, this guy is terrible at this game. Oh wow, you actually see your dead bodies.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's okay. If they watch any of my stuff, they'll realize how much worse I am.
I just noticed from the feedback on the end video, they were like, man, this guy's so bad at this. I was like, no, I'm not pretending that I'm really good at it. It is just what it is. I mean, I used to play that game all the time, but I haven't played it in years, and I just wanted to go back and make a video.
N was a hard game. I remember playing
Really
that in school when it came out on Flash.
Yeah.
It was good, though. That was fun.
I love the physics to it. The fact that you could... Ah, crap. You could, you know, blow up your guy in like a million different ways and his limbs just go everywhere. Not again. Oh,
Yeah,
crap.
you should have just killed that guy and saved right
I
there.
know. I'm gonna do it this time. I'm not gonna make you guys watch this another time.
But I think what I like most about this one in dying is some of the ways that she sometimes sticks onto things. Like
Oh boy.
one of my deaths, I stuck my head onto the spikes.
Wow.
So she was just hanging there.
So those are supposed to be blood balls? Because I kind of thought they were apples at first.
I do believe they're supposed to be like little blood balls.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm gonna save here. And then I'm gonna save again later.
Yeah, as soon as you get enough of those little sigil balls there.
No. I want to kick him off, but he's not gonna do it. Ah, there we go.
Nice.
Alright, so there is some subtlety to the combat. I just need to get good at it. So any kind of insults I was throwing its way, they're not deserved. I'm just whining.
Yeah, I did the same thing with like not having a block. But really,
There we go.
you have the dodge, and a lot of enemies just... It's the challenge of the game to not have a block. Oh, you found the other page.
Ah. I actually
page up
imagine
there.
this is like a speedrunner's dream once you know what you're doing. You know, to get through this and not ever use a checkpoint. That's the kind of
Or
stuff
not
they love.
die.
Or not die. Yeah, kind of.
Because I
one
think
goes
you
with
get
the other.
bonus points for limiting your deaths.
Oh, good.
I haven't tried it because like I die a billion times. But I'm sure that they'd give you extra points for that. Because I know you get 500
Ah,
extra points.
No.
You
Alright.
get 500 extra points if you beat the level with all 6 pages.
Seems like you always need to get them onto spikes to kill them well.
I think it's more fun putting them on spikes.
Well, just beating them to death with your bare hands, I mean, that's like... It's brutally savage and everything, but like the spikes are where it's at.
I find when there's tons of enemies, I like getting them all together and kicking them into spikes. And then some of the other enemies, I'll kick them up and start like killing them in the air. So if you kick him straight up and then jump and start kicking him, then he should like... Yeah,
There we go.
kind of do that like Matrix style.
I
You
have to
missed the
actually-
page, but I wouldn't
know.
go back and get it just because it's...
I have to
Well, I
take
mean, I
the
guess you
fighting
could.
system more seriously because right now I'm looking at it sort of just like a melee button, but it's actually like a pretty deep fighting system and I need to actually like figure it out.
Surprisingly, for one button, or I guess technically one button and a control stick,
Yeah.
it's
There's a few things
actually
to it.
considerably like complex. Like it could be like a billion buttons.
I would actually
it's,
kind
like,
of like if
smart.
there was a punch and a kick. That would make me feel a little better. my
Oh
God,
yeah, like
come
separate
on.
the controls. But after you start getting used to it, actually, it becomes a little bit easier to figure out.
Alright, screw the page. I'm just gonna try and make some progress now because I've just been jerking around for way too long.
Oh, just kick him in the spikes. That's what I love doing.
Whoa, which side?
Doesn't matter.
Either way.
Yep. It tricks you. Those bomb guys, there's actually there's a special one for blowing up 3 in a row.
Ah. Well, I do want to get my sigil counter up.
because you get badges for doing stuff like that. Also, it's a bad idea to have them gang up on you like that, just because trying to dodge them.
Hey, I got something.
Wing death.
2 kills, I guess. I should checkpoint now.
I think that one is if you kill 2 people in the air.
So there are, like, levels, right? Because this just almost seems like one giant level.
Well, the prologue is one giant level.
Oh.
But most levels are actually considerably very, very long and large.
Crap. Alright, well that explains why we have a save system like that, which actually makes a lot of sense.
I'm actually very happy with how many, and I meant, sorry, not in a row, but in all together, sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, like, the levels can be very, very, very long. It's kind of crazy.
Are there different styles to some of the levels, or they mostly look like this?
Actually, every chapter is different.
Oh, good. Alright, because I was going to say that the black is cool, but it's a little bit bland, and I wouldn't want the whole game to look like that. Oh, and the jumping is also pressure sensitive, so that's an important thing to me.
Yes, actually, it's if they didn't have that in this game, I don't think it'd be playable.
Right.
You'll probably just have to kick him. Just give him one kick. He'll die.
So in your Let's Play, like, how long did it take you to get through this first level?
According to the timer thing, I think it was
roughly.
like 20 some odd minutes.
Oh, okay. I was worried.
Like,
I
they're
thought it was
decently
gonna
long
be,
levels.
like...
I think the shortest level is like 15 minutes.
Okay. Oh. Is that the end?
Yep.
Okay.
So it gives you a little thing. Completion time 15 minutes.
That's all I
Lives
lost?
lost
13?
13.
Felt
Grim
like
Harvest.
50 of them.
So Grim Harvest basically is like how many creatures you killed, and you get 500 bonus points if you killed them all.
Sort of feels like Devil May Cry a little bit in that respect.
I don't think the timer itself counts
Oh, no.
every single time that you die. I think it's like whatever length of time it takes you to get from the start to the end without your deaths.
There's guest levels that mean custom, so there's like a level editor to this?
I don't believe there's a level editor, but there's basically like levels made for other games, kind of like a sort of Meat Boy-esque sort of thing. So here's kind of how the chapters get in. Because now she's kind of pissed off at the book for giving her these hands and giving her these strange dreams.
Oh, man.
So she's gonna go bury that bitch. And pardon I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I shouldn't swear.
We'll forgive you. This is very cool art. I really love these video exposition moments. I think the animations are very well done.
So this is where the theming comes in. Is every time she wakes up from every chapter, what I understand is she finds a new way to get rid of the book.
Oh.
So now you can see, like, in the background there's like mushrooms and dirt and stuff. So we are going to basically be underground.
Cool. Alright, well, so the backgrounds changed. The actual platforms didn't change, though.
No, I'm not sure if they do change.
Oh, there's spikes in that thing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kill him. Just, like, crouch down and he takes 2 hits.
Okay.
They're really easy to kill, which is nice.
Like that thing.
The nice thing about those guys, you can just kick them to the left.
Boot to the face. I wish they had just a little bit more momentum. Oh, that looks nice when they splatter on the salt.
Yes.
Ah.
So I don't think you tried it, but if you go...
What? He's on spikes. Why was he walking? That's mean.
I've had that glitch happening to me a few times where I've actually walked on certain spikes.
Oh. It's just an engine thing.
I think so. Just small little glitches, I think, that the... But, there's a special way to dash across that, so if you're running... Yeah. I wasn't sure if they showed you that yet.
They did. I just wasn't sure if I remembered it.
It's a pretty cool move.
Yeah, I have to say
Also-
I'm like absolutely loving this game. I mean, I know I suck at it, obviously, and you guys are not going to be wrong if you say that I'm really bad at it, but I am going to get better at it. Ah, crap.
Sometimes you can recover from the spikes, which is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, I was
But
hoping for a few more
tricky.
invincibility frames, like Mega Man style, but that wasn't happening.
No, actually, I don't believe she really has much for invincibility frames. One thing I like about the use of those bomb guys is they actually use them for puzzle solving later on in the game.
Well, the first one that I encountered in this area actually opened the door for me, so that's kind of nice.
It actually gets a little bit more complex with that, because they'll one of the pages is actually trapped by
Oh, I can go up here.
yeah, you can't save
Oh.
up there, just because of
Oh,
those.
because it block. If I time it though, when the thing's out of the way, will it work?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I bet it will. I just need to time it better. Like, oh, this is such a waste of time though. Why am I doing this?
It's a pretty huge.
Ah, okay, it won't. Yeah, it is bigger than I thought. I need to
don't
just
think
not.
that's a good
go
idea.
down. Yeah, you're right.
I'd kick him away.
I lived just barely though. Checkpoint. All right, now I can go get this page and not feel so worried about it. Yeah, when you're operating at your best, you actually feel quite ninja-like moving through these environments.
Yes.
But operating
I
at your
love
best is
charging
not easy.
underneath those blades, but the mistake I made was charging through the blade.
Yeah.
The game does not let you do
Oh, that sucks.
that. But I love tossing them into those saw blades. It's so
Yeah,
satisfying.
it really is. That
And
sound that it
building up
makes
a
is
nice
lovely.
combo. It's just wonderful.
There's got to be something down here. Yup.
Oh, there is. Some of the pages are obvious, and some of them are actually really hard to find. And I do applaud that when you actually have to apply some puzzle solving and some adventuring to actually find stuff.
Yeah. Exploration is great. Oh, we
And it
can't
really
grab
adds more depth to the game too, because it's like, well, I'm looking for pages, and more pages. I do believe more pages unlocks more stuff too.
I was gonna ask actually if you remembered what exactly the goal of the pages was, but I figured it was like art content or something.
I'm not sure if it's art content, but I do believe that it does
Completion.
unlock stuff, and it does give you more points. But I'll have to look into that because I'm not 100% sure on all that.
Well, regardless, it's a collectible, so I would get it regardless if it was
Oh, yeah.
useful or not.
That's the fun thing. It's like, does it really matter if it works or
Yeah,
not?
it doesn't. So this
Because
is.
I mean, the badges are more.
Oh, sorry.
The badges are generally more wanted, just because
Ah,
like,
crap.
yeah, because they unlock keys. So I'm not sure if the pages add to that. There might be badges for the pages.
Badges for the pages. Wow. Oh, did you see that guy? He impaled himself standing on that platform.
Yeah, they're kind of like green Koopas.
Uh huh.
They know not to walk off edges, but if something like that, moves them into
Oh.
death,
Jeez.
then they'll just die.
I was one freaking jump away from living. So you said this is a semi-long level as well?
This one I do believe is also quite
Okay.
decently long.
So then we'll probably not make it to the end of that because we are running short on time, so... I don't know, maybe we should wrap it up around here. If I could just get one more checkpoint, that would be good enough for me. Make this jump. No? Can I not make this jump?
Just
Okay,
go underneath.
right here.
Actually,
Blocked.
wait a minute. You might actually be generally
one
close to the end of the level. Almost.
Really?
I'm trying to think. So I think if you...
How would one kill
From-
those?
Actually, you're supposed to just jump over them.
Well, those
'cause
bomb
those
guys
guys
blow
put
them
up-
up if you can get in the right spot. But you gotta trigger them. Oh, okay, or I'll just do this.
They also kind of trigger that... I'd kick him. I was gonna say, if you kick him, then he triggers those guys.
How do I open it? There's a lever somewhere? Oh, this lever.
Yeah, underneath. The only way to trigger those guys is if you fall on the spikes, or if you kick that bomb guy, and he
Oh,
would... Yeah.
got it. I thought before that I triggered them by accident, but I guess it was when I fell on the spikes. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happened.
It's a tricky one to get.
Yeah, this is not probably going to work out. I need to just not avoid, or not touch the spikes at all. Come on. I'm rushing again.
Those are easily the most annoying enemies in the game.
Well, they attack instantly.
Next to the Cthulhu's. Wrong way.
Well, I mean, clearly this game has a bit of a learning curve. And that's fine, because I actually kind of like that. And as long as the controls work out, which they do, I'm willing to stay and learn this game for a while. Okay, you go...
That's the thing, it's like...
No.
The frustration level to it is basically like you almost feel like it's mostly your own shortcomings rather than the controls being like, oh, they're shitty. No, it's like I screwed up. Well, that's my fault.
Well, it's got the Super Meat Boy formula in that, you know, you respawn instantly, you don't feel too bad about dying. The game kind of keeps its tempo going. Oh, I need to impale these guys, don't I? Go up.
I always kick them together and then kick them up. You have to hold it.
Oh, okay.
Hold it. There you go.
I wasn't doing the hold thing at all. Clearly.
Yeah, you're right at the X. I'd save right now, actually.
Oh, am I gonna have to fight a Cthulhu now?
Yep. They're just little things. They're not too hard, but they're really annoying. Just because they, like, rush at you.
I love them. I want one.
That's why I really like that, one of the pictures is actually of the girl, kind of, like, petting one. But they are really annoying when you're, like, trying to jump.
Yeah. Well, if I just wait for them, I mean, I can sort of treat them like, as if they were Metroids or something, and corner them in a spot and then fight them one-on-one.
Oh, there's also a page above.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That green thing? Yeah. And you can't hurt them while they're in the,
You hear me banging away on my controller, right?
Yeah. But they're good for easy combos.
Let's get this page, and then I guess I'm at the end of the level.
Yep. Yeah, I was just thinking, because I actually just played this level, again, just to try and get all the pages.
I like how they built that, the sigil into the level design in a bunch of places, like right up here. Of course, I jumped back off before I showed it, but yeah, this same design is all over the place.
They incorporate it into a lot of things.
I actually would like to see it like a comic or something based on this story in this art style. It's very cool. So I think that's going to wrap us up for a rather long episode of Indie Impressions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a decent look into They Bleed Pixels. Definitely recommend it. I think both of us, I can speak for you, right? You recommend this one as well. Oh,
definitely. I love this game.
Yeah, so check it out.
You can even go talk to the developer on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty cool guy, and he seems to try and respond to as many tweets as he can.
Oh, it's nice.
So it's like at Spooky Squid Games, I think.
Wow, will that fit? Well, we'll put the Twitter in the links in the description.
Yeah, I have to go find it. I can't remember offhand. But he seems like a really cool guy. He actually responded to my first video, commenting on my recording. So hopefully he'll actually see this.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of developer that has a lot involved in community outreach and all that is a good developer, in my opinion. So I really appreciate and respect that kind of thing. But I think that's going to end this episode. So thank you again for watching, and thank you again, Hannah, for coming on. And remember to head on over to...
Thanks very much for having me.
Yep, remember to head on over to her YouTube page, which is youtube.com/hshroom. And you can check out the They Bleed Pixels Let's Play as soon as that gets going again, which shouldn't be long. And probably by the time you're watching this, it should be going again. And remember to head on over to indieimpressions.com. That's indie-impressions.com, where I post every night's video. You can check out the forums, make some friends, play some awesome indie games, and just see what's going on in general. So thank you for watching, and I will be back again tomorrow with another one. Have a lovely night.
And stay foxy.